This is over. I don't know that person. I don't know that company. They're talking about themselves with nothing that matters to me. Not only do I ignore it, I flag it as spam. And I'm not the only one. Inboxes are flooded with emails like this one. If you want replies, if you want to turn cold outreach into real business opportunities, you need one thing: relevance. So how do you make your outreach relevant? By finding the number one trigger, the exact reason that justifies why you're reaching out right now. Think about it. You're at a party and you see someone you'd like to talk to. Do you randomly walk up and say, "Hey, let's hang out"? Of course not. They look at you like, "Who even are you?" and move on. But if a friend introduces you, or you mention something you both have in common, "Hey, I heard you're into 16th century Flemish painting." "Me too." Suddenly, there's a real reason to talk. Outreach works much the same way. No context, no reply. But give them a clear reason for your message and they're way more likely to engage. In this video, I'll break down the best outreach triggers, the ones that make your messages so relevant your prospects won't ignore them. How do I know they work? Because we analyzed over 12,000 multi-channel lemlisters campaigns, we studied the best ones, figured out why they worked, and now you're about to get the exact outreach triggers that are getting real replies today. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear, proven playbook to make every message matter. Let's dive in. The number one trigger: product usage. If your product offers a free trial or a free plan, you're sitting on a goldmine of insights. Why? Because the best way to make your outreach relevant is to tie directly to what your prospect is already doing with your product. You're not guessing, you're pointing out real actions they've taken. Here's a perfect example used by our key account managers at Lemlist. Hey first name, notice your campaign reply rates are averaging 0.3%. Since you're only using email, you're missing out on a big chunk of potential replies. Healthcare teams using Lemlist see lifts in engagement when they add LinkedIn into the mix. Can I share how Cardinal Health boosted their reply rates to 13% with a multi-channel strategy? That's not just a cold email, that's a conversation starter. Because it's true, it's based on real data and it speaks directly to what they care about: better results. And that's why product usage is the ultimate trigger. Now, let's move on to trigger number 2, warm intro. Few things are more powerful in outreach than a trusted recommendation. When someone in your prospect's network mentions your name, whether it's a C-suite executive, an employee, a VC partner, it changes the dynamic. Why? Because referrals come with built-in credibility. Instead of being just another cold email, your message now carries trust and familiarity. But here's the key: how you frame the referral matters. You don't want to sound robotic or overly formal. Instead, keep it natural and conversational. Like this: "Hi first name, Jake from Shopify mentioned that you're focused on reducing cart abandonment and I thought I'd reach out. We recently worked with Allbirds on this and helped them increase checkout completion by 18% in 3 months. Would love to share what worked for them. Let me know if you're open for a quick chat." If the referral comes from someone high up, like a board member or an investor, the person you're reaching out to will be much more likely to respond. Trigger number 3, direct engagement with your content. This one's a little less powerful, but it's still a top tier trigger. And here's why. If someone engages with your content, it means they care about the problem you're solving. Let's say you host a webinar on a specific challenge. The best part? You can use the webinar replay or any other content as your icebreaker. Check out this example. Start with a subject, let's say yesterday's recording, and then, "Hi first name, let me know if you'd like the webinar recording. I'll send it over." One more thing. Perfect messaging won't help if your emails never reach the inbox. Low domain reputation, sudden volume spikes, or missing authentication can silently push your emails to spam without you even realizing it. Before that happens, can I walk you through how a competitor improved deliverability by 43% last month with the proper warm-up tool? Let me know. Why does this work? Because it feels natural. No random sales pitch, just a follow-up tied to something they already engage with. And that's not just webinars. This works with any content that solves a problem: a playbook, a case study, a template, or even multiple clicks on a marketing email. If someone interacts with your content, you have a valid reason to reach out. Trigger number 4, buy intent signals. This time, we're talking about leads that are actively looking for a solution, but they're not hand-raising. Back in the day, these leads would have slipped through the cracks. But today, you have 2 powerful ways to identify them. 1. Buyer intent data. These are prospects who have visited your G2, Trustpilot, or other review pages, and they're researching options, which means they're considering a change. You could be that change. 2. The dark funnel. These are visitors checking out higher intent pages on your website, like your pricing page. Tools like RB2B, Bombora, The Snitcher help you track these silent prospects. The key here? Please don't make it obvious you track them. That would be creepy. Instead, reference competitors or similar companies to spark their interest. Here's how that might look. Hi first name, we recently helped Duolingo tackle free trial drop-offs and figured this might be relevant for Babbel too. Can I share what worked for them and what to avoid when it comes to converting trial users into paying customers? Now let's move on to trigger number 5, competitors' customers. This one's all about timing. If a company is already using a competitor, they've proven 2 key things. They have a need for your type of solution and they are willing to pay for it. And if they're in an active sales cycle, evaluating options, you have a huge opportunity to position yourself as the better choice. So how do you approach them? With proof. The best way to grab their attention is by sharing a case study of a company that switched from their current provider to yours and why they did it. Example: hello first name, I noticed HubSpot is part of your current stack. Companies like Notion made the switch to Salesforce because of the more advanced customization and scalability. Would you be open to a quick comparison to see if there's a smarter approach? This works because it's low pressure yet intriguing. Instead of saying you should switch, you're simply offering a comparison, something they might already be thinking about. Last but not least, with trigger number 6, when you have nothing. Sometimes you have zero direct signals, no product usage, no content engagements, and no competitor insights. Does that mean you shouldn't reach out? Not at all. But if you're starting from scratch, you need to be smart about it. There are 2 ways to create relevance when you have nothing. 1. Sign-based problems. Some problems leave clear signs online. If you can spot them, you can reach out with undeniable evidence. For example, if you sell an email deliverability tool and they sent you an email but it landed in spam, that's proof of a real issue. In that case, they can't deny the problem exists. You're just pointing it out. You know what they say, don't shoot the messenger. 2. Potential problems. Here, you're guessing they might have a problem based on industry trends or company behavior. This works less effectively, so don't expect a 30% positive reply rate, because if they already knew the problem was serious, they'd likely be looking for solutions. So, your job isn't just to offer a solution, it's to make them realize they actually have this problem and it's important enough to fix. This type of outreach is harder to make work, but if done right, it can open doors others have missed. Here's how it sounds. Saw that Ripple recently moved headquarters to Austin. Big milestone. Many companies don't realize tax structures change with the headquarter moves until they get hit with unexpected costs or penalties. I've seen teams only catch these gaps months later when fixing them is expensive. Want the playbook Tesla used to save $2.3 million in tax optimizations when moving to Austin last year? Let me know. Now, you know exactly how to make your outreach work. No more fake personalization, no more guessing, just real reasons for real conversations. In this video, we show you just a few of the best triggers, but there are way more. I put together a complete list you can steal for free. Grab it in the description below. And if you want step-by-step advice on writing the perfect cold email using these triggers, check out this video right here.